Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Nikki McCutchen. We just feel so blessed that you would choose to take 30 minutes out of your schedule tonight and join us to learn about this amazing technology. We're just so excited that you're here. Just know that whoever invited you to the call tonight must really care about you to want you to know about this technology and what it can do for you and your body. Um, let's just get started with our medical disclaimer. Just so that you know, we are not, LifeWave does not intend to cure, treat, diagnose any kind of illness or disease. If you are pregnant or nursing, please check with your physician first. We just always want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable with what they're doing. And the best way to do that is to check with your healthcare practitioner. Tonight, we are going to share this amazing technology with you with the X39. This is what one of the patches looks like. They're white in the center. This is actually an ice wave patch. So the X39, all of the patches that we have actually are completely non-transdermal, meaning that nothing transfers from your body to the patch. So it is completely sealed on both sides. So there's nothing entering your body. Most people are familiar with transdermal patches, which would be like a nicotine patch or an estrogen patch, a vitamin patch. And that's what people are normally used to. But this is completely different, and nothing actually transfers from the patch into your body. Um, all right. Sorry, Vickie. I just realized I didn't make you a co-host. There we go. The way that this product works is we emit a low-grade infrared light from our bodies. The way that you know this is true is that when you watch the movies and you see them look through those night vision goggles and they see what they call that heat signature and all those different beautiful colors, that is actually our body emitting a low-grade infrared light that creates heat. And so we are the source of that infrared light. This process is actually called photobiomodulation. That's just a really big word for light making change in the body. You all know what this process is too, because every time you step out into the sun and the sun hits your skin and your eyes, it tells your body to go and make vitamin D, so that every cell in your body has vitamin D receptors on it, so that they can transfer nutrients to and from cells. And so that process happens through photobiomodulation. This is the same thing that happens with our patch. When our infrared light that we emit hits that patch, which is made up of a crystal lattice structure that is reflective, that reflective substance, which is amino acids, sugars, water, salt, all at the stereoisomer molecular level, it reflects that infrared light back into our body, signaling different peptides, telling them to get up and get working the way that God designed them to. And so, what you can do is you can wear the patch anywhere you want to on your body. We do have clinically tested spots that we have testing on, and we have over 90 clinical studies, over 150 patents. But you can wear it on the clinically tested spots. That's usually what we recommend with people. But if you have an area where you have an issue, we just tell you to pop that spot with a patch and put it on there. And sometimes people get great relief just from putting it on certain spots. So you can wear it anywhere on your body, because that infrared light is emitted everywhere throughout our body. So it can be reflective wherever we put it on our body. We have utilized these patches so long now that we know that even if we don't have a test for it, we know that's the way it works for people, because we've had just, hundreds of thousands of people that it works for like this. The recommendation is that you want to wear it 12 hours on and 12 hours off. So 12 hours on to activate and repair, 12 hours off to give your body a break from that light. Anytime your body becomes overstimulated with light, which this is a phenomenon called attenuation, it gets used to the light. So any type of red light therapy product that you use, there's usually a recommended time to use it, because they don't want your body, the signaling mechanisms in your body, to get used to that, so that your body no longer reacts to the signal. And so 12 hours on to activate and repair and 12 hours off. We also recommend that for every decade you are old, you wear it for 1 month. So if you are 50, you would want to wear it for 5 months to really give the product a chance to work because it's completely natural. There is nothing that is forcing your body to do anything. This is just activating different peptides to cause them to work the way that God designed them to get up and get moving again. So the specific peptide that the X39 activates is called GHKCU. This peptide was found over 50 years ago by Lauren Picard. This is one of his books, GHK Copper Peptide. He also has an amazing website that I highly recommend you go to because he's got these really great charts that give you some different things that happen with GHKCU, brain and nerves, anti-inflammation, just different body parts. And it kind of tells you how, in the studies that they have run, what happens in those specific body frequencies, body movements and things that happen on those charts. And that website is reverseagingwithghk.com. So I highly recommend that as well. But so anyway, the specific things that some of these the book talks about is that one of the things that activates is your own body stem cells. Our stem cells just go dormant as we age, which is why we have the processes that happen in our body. There starts to be illness, or there starts to be issues or aches and pains. By the time you're 30, over half of your stem cells have gone dormant. By the time you're 60, there are only 10% of the stem cells that are active any longer. And so if we can signal something, a natural body process to tell those stem cells to get up and get moving again, imagine what that can do for your body. I just heard on another call today, one of the doctors was talking about how the New England Journal of Medicine recently put out an article talking about the number one predictor of health is how many stem cells you have in your blood. So imagine to have the opportunity to activate those stem cells completely non-invasively, without any chemicals, completely natural body process, what that could mean for you and your body. Another thing that GHK does in our body is that it helps to support the cardiovascular system. So that's everything from your heart to your blood vessels to the lining of your blood vessels, every part of your cardiovascular system to cause it to work the way that it was designed. So just imagine if you know someone who has blood pressure issues or heart issues, what this might be able to do to support and help those people have all kinds of positive results in what's going on with them. It also benefits wound healing. So if you have any type of surgery or a cut or a nick or a scrape, I was even talking to someone this last week who has different open wounds on their body, that this GHK-Cu copper peptide is supposed to really benefit and help those wounds close up. It also activates the collagen from the base. So most people think the collagen is just hair, skin, and nails. It's not. You need collagen for every part of your body to work properly, for your muscles, for your tissues. And so if you can have that happen inside your body versus taking something exogenously. And even the sources that we get, there are very few sources of collagen that even activate all 5 different types of collagen that we have. Not only that, I think sometimes there's still a lot of things that we don't know about our body and how processes work. And so anytime we can activate what's already there, then it gives our body the most benefit that it can have to work the way that it was designed. It also benefits our immune system. So everyone is always interested in helping promote and support their immune system. It just helps us to get over sicknesses quicker. It helps us to feel better. I've even had, different colds and things that I can feel that they're there, but they are not limiting what I'm able to do in my day, because of this technology. And I'm so thankful for that. The other thing that I want to mention is something that's really key for this technology to work properly is hydration. So hydration is not just the water you drink, but it is important that you drink good, clean water. So get a very clean source of water, and you want to have electrolytes in that. The easiest and cheapest way that I have found to do that is through Celtic Sea Salt and just putting one little pinch of a crystal of Celtic sea salt on your tongue, let it dissolve before you drink your water. And that helps to get over 80 minerals going in your body and moving throughout your body as well. So would anyone like to come on and tell us anything that you have noticed by using this technology? Or if you have a question, you can raise your hand, you can put a question or comment in the chat, or just come on and chat with us. We would love to hear from you. Yes, Liana, please come on.
Let me unmute. I always have something for you, Nikki.
I love it. It's so fabulous.
I have to share. I've been using the Celtic Sea Salt, and it is amazing. It really does. It makes the water intracellular instead of extra. So instead of just urinating it out all day, it goes in your cells and does what it's supposed to do. I can go for hours between bathroom breaks, where before drinking as much water as we need, our 8-ounce glasses a day with our patches, I would go to the bathroom constantly. Now I can go hours in between because I feel like that water is really going where it's supposed to go, in the cells, instead of just through the body. Also, so that works fantastic. I love it. Also, I have two friends who are preferred customer plus. They're both going through this allergy season with no symptoms, and they've never been able to do that before. And they are just thrilled that these patches are doing what they're doing for them. My one friend suffers terribly with allergies at this time of year. She says, I'm always down and out. I'm always complaining, my throat, my nose, my head. She says, I'm fine. I am fine. And the other one also, amazing. Yeah, the other one was walking through the park the other night, and she said, I'm in the middle of the park going, oh my goodness, I'm out in pollen season in the middle of a park and I don't have any problem. She was just blown away.
That is so awesome. So how long have they been using the patches, and which patches are they using?
X39, both of them are X39 and Eon. I think my one friend is using probably the YH also, but basically the X39 and Eon. And the one has been on for about 8 months, and the other one has been on for about 6 months.
Okay, wow. That's awesome. And so that's so key, because the longer we wear and utilize the technology, it begins to have a compounding effect. So it could have been, that your friends maybe just started, if they would have just started, say, in April or May, and then, sometimes people wear the technology, and now let's say they had allergies, and then they would say, okay, this technology doesn't work because they're wearing it for just this one reason. And so I think that's so important, because they have given it a long amount of time. And I'm guessing they've done it either longer than what their 1 month per decade that they are old. And so
no, not even.
Okay. Yeah. So they're getting this.
Yeah, it's working before the expected time. So they're just thrilled.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, that's so awesome. And the Eon, for those of you that don't know, it's our anti-inflammation patch. It activates a peptide in your liver that is specific to inflammation, as well as your parasympathetic nervous system. So if you have any kind of stress issues, or stress related conditions, it is always a patch that we want to add. We usually always combine it with X39, because I don't really know very many people that I would say do not have any inflammation in their body. Even when people think that they don't have any inflammation, most likely they do, because our world is full of toxins, whether it's from what we eat, what we drink, what we breathe in. And so to help our bodies, inflammation is what drives illness and disease in the body. So if we can keep that inflammation under control, then our body is going to be able to react properly, which is why, like someone with allergies, allergies is going to have, that's an inflammation reaction in, the nasal cavity and the sinuses. And so they're able to reduce that inflammation and get these amazing results. And people who've had
Yeah.
allergies just, for a really long time and that suffer from that, oh my gosh, what a blessing to be able to breathe and not sneeze and sleep well. That's huge. So do you know if they were wearing the Eon during the day, or were they utilizing it at night at all?
During the day, they use
Okay.
Eon and X39 during the day.
Okay. That's so
Mhm.
great. I love hearing those stories because I know
Yeah.
when people suffer with allergies, it's just a lot, especially when they feel like, they've just suffered for so many years. So that is fabulous. And so I was going to ask you too. So I love that the Celtic sea salt, that you're noticing a difference. That's so huge.
Yeah.
And how the other thing is that most people don't know is pretty much any kind of illness or disease that people have. It's derived from some type of mineral deficiency. So if we can get our minerals back in balance in our body, then it allows our body to work properly. And so I think it's so amazing that you notice a huge change in just even going to the bathroom, because
Yeah.
of the amount of water that so many of us drink to
Yeah.
either exercise or work in the yard or whatever, or just for health. That can be a huge issue because we want to sleep well at night, and we don't want to have to run to the bathroom all the time. So that is huge that you've
Yeah.
noticed such a difference in such a short time. So I'm so
Yeah.
glad that's worked so well for you. And
Me
I'm sure
too.
with being on the patches as long as you have, it has just allowed your body to receive that quickly and be able to then utilize the information, taking in those minerals and then being able to have them do what they were designed to do, because you have that GHKCU operating properly, so that all those minerals can go to the different areas to help you just feel better and have a higher quality of life.
Yep. Amen.
Yes, that's awesome. Does
Yeah.
anybody else have a question or a comment?
I can share what my mom said the other day. I always have testimonies, but I'm trying to figure out like which one was most recent, and it was my mom's. She said she had a headache coming on, and she could feel like a really sharp pain in her temple, and she didn't have her patches on yet. So she said she just grabbed the X39 and put it on there, and she just said like a couple minutes later she was fine.
Oh,
So,
that's
and I'm
fabulous.
thankful for that because I'm so glad that my mom and dad are on board with wearing the technology, because everybody needs it. But I want them to receive more of the benefits. When you wear it consecutively, like you said, it has a compounding effect. That may help for the pain in her head, but she doesn't realize it's actually doing other work in the body. So I'm like, yay!
That's right. That's exactly right. Yes, that's so awesome. Yeah, and headaches are never fun. And I always think it's interesting too. And I feel like, I mean, sometimes people can be, one patch wonders and notice like pain relief with just the X39 or the X39 and the Eon, and they don't have to utilize the ice wave. But especially over time, it's interesting how it seems like sometimes, like I'm sure your mom's worn it for a while. So the fact that she didn't have to use an Eon or an ice wave, she was just able to move her X39 or put her X39 on there and get that pain relief right away. So that would be something that I would expect, from a kid who has all of their stem cells active and working, to where when you can utilize something, they are able to recover really quick. And so for us, as we get those that GHK operating and telling things to do what they've been designed to do, that we can have things happen more quickly like that because of that compounding effect. So that's really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are blessed, that's for sure.
Yes, that is exactly right. I am so
Yeah.
thankful. That's for sure.
Yes.
Anybody else have a question for us, or anybody have a story for us of what you've noticed the technology doing for you? You can feel free to just come on and start
I do.
talking if you want. Okay, great.
Yeah, hi, this is Larry.
Hi,
Can
Larry.
you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we
Yes.
can hear you great.
Okay, I'll just keep talking. My connection keeps coming on and off. I hope you can all hear me.
Yes,
Um,
you sound great.
What I was trying to do was text you a story, but I'll just tell it to you. Last year,
Okay.
I was hired by a very high-end financial company, and I had a very rigorous qualifying process. I used Aon and X39 to focus and get through.
Oh, we lost you, Larry. We heard you say you used X39 and Eon to focus and get through, and then you cut out.
I don't know if you still hear me.
There you go. You're back.
Sorry about that. I don't know. I'm having trouble with connection.
That's okay. What did
I
you
think I'll
say
text
about?
it to you.
Okay, or you can just tell me what you said. Maybe it'll work now. You were going through a really tough interview process and you were using X39 and Eon. That's what we heard. Are you there? If you want to just start talking, Larry, you can. Okay, so if you want to type it in the chat, I don't know if you can type it in the chat. If somebody else wants to come on and share something, we would love to have you do that as well. I'm going to try to wait to see if I saw it come through the chat.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, Chuck, please come on.
Okay, I was trying to be as polite as possible because I'm interested in hearing what he had to say. But you said, I'm going to keep it really simple. You said something about purifying water, drinking the cleanest water possible. Now, I drink bottled water, and I moved to Podunk, Minnesota. I'm literally 20 miles from Canada, from the greater part of Omaha, Nebraska, and going from one, you know, city cycle of water to another city cycle of water, and trying to. I even had to boil water because, dysentery type of symptoms happened. So you mentioned something about some kind of salt to add to water, or to put on your tongue before you actually drink water. What was that?
Yeah, that's Celtic sea salt. But that is not to clean the water. That is to help your body have enough minerals so that it can absorb the water. So like Liana was talking about, the intracellular water being able to then have it actually be received by your cells, get into the cell. But the Celtic sea salt, so minerals, is what helps do that. You can get minerals through other ways as well, but one of the easiest, cheapest ways is Celtic sea salt. Now, as far as good, clean water, yes.
Okay, Celtic sea salt. Okay.
Yes, Celtic sea salt is for that. And then a cheap way, or is I always recommend distilled water, because it completely takes out any of the chemicals that are in the water. Now, sometimes we just bought a distiller. So we distill our own water here. We have a whole house water filter as well. But that keeps you, like, if you're going to buy the distilled water at the store, of course, it's usually in plastic. Probably because of where you live, you don't have sprouts. I'm trying to think of, is it Mountain Valley? So there is a company, I think it's called Mountain Valley, that sells bottled water in glass jars. And so that's a really good, I know Sprouts carries that. I don't know if you have Sprouts where you live. So you can keep it out of the plastic. But the other thing is that because the distilled water takes everything out of the water, it's another reason that you have to replace minerals. So the Celtic sea salt will then get you the minerals back in your body without there being any toxins or any junk in the water. that you're drinking. But there's, there's reverse osmosis systems. There's all kinds of other great systems. We just personally chose to go the distilled water route, just to completely remove everything and start from scratch, and then just add back in the minerals ourselves. So
So how much Celtic sea salt should I say apply to my tongue?
yeah, so just one crystal. So before every glass of water, you just do one little crystal on your tongue. Sometimes you'll grab more than one or whatever, which is totally fine, but it doesn't take a lot to help to remineralize your body and your cells.
You're saying one crystal is about the size of a grain of salt. I mean, a grain of rice.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. A piece of rice, or like the chunkier. So like there's the ones that you can buy that are really fine, but this is one that's more chunky. So, and a lot of times, like any salt that looks completely white has had a chemical process done to it. So usually it kind of has a brownish color. Another good salt source usually is pink Himalayan. I know they've had some issues with some things that they've done with that, but that's normally another good source. But I've never heard anything about there being any problems with the Celtic sea salt. So, and usually you can order that online as well. So that may be an easier way to get it. I don't know if I've seen it in very many stores. I think I've usually had to order it online. Okay.
We have
Whole Foods.
jar grindable Himalayan pink Himalayan salt. I don't know if it's sea salt, but Himalayan salt is pink salt. But it's
Yes.
fantastic. I love
Yes.
it.
The pink Himalayan sea salt is usually good as well.
I really hope that he can get back online to tell us about the story. Really.
So he wrote it in the, it looks like he texted it. So Larry texted. Let me see if I can read it to you. So his internet connection was still not good. So he had an intense qualifying process. He used X39 and Eon. It helped him focus. Let's see. And so it then helped him reduce stress. He had better sleep. And he still feels like it's continuing to help him. Oh, and I guess so we had a Nirvana patch, and he said that those have really been helping too, which are very powerful. That's supposed to be coming back out. So we don't currently have that right now. But the Nirvana patch should be coming back. But it could help people with pain, it helped people with well, Vickie, help me with that one, with the Nirvana.
I'm sorry, what were
Actually
you?
helped with addictions.
Yes, there we go.
Yes.
That was I was like, it's not coming to my brain. Yes, thank you so much, David. I appreciate it. Yeah.
That was one of the patches that my son used after he got out of the hospital for having some psychological issues. So it really,
Yes.
really helps balance that out. And mood swings, that kind of thing, anxiety, depression. It really, really helps with a lot of different things.
That's right. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. We had it was combined with a vitamin. And so they had to the vitamin wasn't selling as well as they had hoped. And so they had to go back through the regulation process just to sell it as a patch. So we will be getting that back, thankfully. So yeah.
Yes, we will get it back. Just not sure when.
Right. Yeah.
That's actually really good for some people when it comes to pain patching also, because that's like 20 times more powerful than morphine.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very powerful patch, which is what Larry was saying too, that he still had a few of those left. And that was super powerful for all of the, intense focus and everything that he was going through, really helping him. So yes, I
have a couple sleeves of those left.
Oh, okay. You really bought a lot. Yes. It's just hopefully you'll make it by the time they come out. They come out with them again. So
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I've got some too. Yep. Made sure we kept some.
Yes. Never know when you're going to need them.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yes, very good. Yes.
And
Well,
I'll
we
tell
are
you,
at our, oh, yes, go ahead, David.
oh, that's all right if you're out of time.
No,
I was
that's
just gonna
okay.
give
Go
you-
ahead.
and just give you a quick story about no is not always no, because you have to wait. So my neighbor, um, he's my walking partner at night and during in the morning, and he apparently had gotten gout in his knee.
Mm.
And so he calls me and he says, well, I can't walk in the morning. I can't walk this morning. I said, well, what's wrong? And he says, well, my knee's out. My knee's acting up. And he said, it's gout. I said, well, let me get some patches. Oh, no, it's okay. So no, he's an older Vietnamese guy. And he says, no, I'm okay. It's good. So that night he calls me, he says, nope, I can't walk. He says, it's really bad. I said, are you sure that you don't want me? Nope. So the next morning he calls me, he says, I need those patches. So, so I went and patched him in the morning, and that evening we walked. He said, I'm good. And then that following morning, he still had the same patches on that I patched him. I said, Long, I'm supposed to take those patches off. Oh no, I'm feeling real good now.
I know
didn't
you
want it
don't
to
want
come
to
back.
take them off. Yes, I know you don't want to take them off. I totally get it. Yes, I get it. So that's awesome. Yes, and you're exactly right. Like it just takes the right situation sometimes for someone who's told you no multiple times to then decide, you know what, this pain is more than I want to deal with. And my friend told me that he thinks he has something that can help me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try that now.
Right.
Exactly.
Why not?
Yes.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's right. That's awesome, David. I do. I totally agree with you. It's just important for us to keep loving on people and offering
Amen.
what we have because we see it all the time. We get to watch miracles happen in people's lives all the time and benefit their life, help them bring their body back into balance. And so we just keep being who we are, keep loving on them. And when they need it, we'll be ready, right? We've got a solution for them. So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, David.
No
So
problem.
thank you all so much for joining us on the call tonight. Please get back to the person who invited you to this call so that you can get the rest of your questions answered. And if you're ready to try some of these patches, we would love to have you do that as well. So please reach out to them, let them know how they can help you. And if not, there's several of us here you can reach out to us as well. We are happy to help you as well in any way that you need. So we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Have a blessed evening, everyone.
So,
Bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. God bless.
Same
God
to you.
bless.